Okay, fifth graders, we're going to be doing a project with a little review about warm and cool colors, and we're going to create some warm, cool color suns. I'm going to divide this into two parts to give you time to get the first part done and be ready. The supplies that you will need are a plain piece of paper like from the printer. If you have a piece of drawing paper, that'd be fine too, but I'm trying to work with printer paper because I'm hoping more people will have that. You'll need to have crayons or markers. You can use Sharpies if you want to, but remember, if you're using Sharpies, put something underneath because Sharpies will bleed through your paper. For this project, I really like the plain Crayola markers better with a Sharpie, black Sharpie for outlining. You'll need a ruler and you'll need a pencil. And I think that, oh yes, and you're going to need a circle for the sun. Now, we need the circle big enough, yet not so big that there is no room for the rays of the sun. So I scrounged around through the house and I grabbed whatever I could find, and I found some of these, and I thought this one, well, it's okay, but I thought it was a little small. This one was pretty good. I liked it, but then I found something that I really, really, really liked. Maybe you have these at home. I found an old CD. I say old because I don't listen to it anymore. But okay, once you find that, we're ready to start. I want you to put your circle, whatever it is, about the middle of your paper. Is this the middle? Nope. Is that the middle? Nope. Is that the middle? Yeah, pretty much. And then you trace around your circle with a pencil. So there we are. Then what we're going to do is divide the circle in half with a side view, a profile of a face. This is a profile of a face. My gorgeous drawing. And a profile is like a side view when somebody's looking and you see them from the side. And you really only see the forehead and the nose and the chin and where the lips would be and the down and around. That's a profile view. So what we're going to do is put a little mark where the half point is here, about where you think it is, and a little mark down here, about where you think it is. All right, now we're going to start by drawing a little bit of a curve, and the nose come in and right down to the other point. That was pretty simple, huh? Okay, a little curve down for the nose and in, and then down to the other point. If it's not exactly half, that's okay. If one side's a little bigger than another, that's okay, but there shouldn't be a big difference. But here's where we are now. Good. The next step, we want to draw a mouth. And there are lots of different kinds of mouths. You can draw a happy smiley mouth. You can draw lips. You can draw a really simple cool mouth like this, which is okay to do also, if that's what you like. Try and get half of the mouth on this side and half of the mouth on the other side. All right, here we are. Next step that you're going to do are the eyes. Now, there's lots of different ways to do eyes. We just want to make sure that they're not too small. Okay, you can draw eyes not too small with a rainbow arch this way and a smiley curve that way, a rainbow arch this way, and a smiley curve that way, and then a big color part of the eye for your sun. Big, remember, big is important here because you're going to be coloring inside. And the little black spot, if you want to put it in the pupil, right here, right here. That's going to be black. You can just kind of scribble in a little with the pencil to remind you. I think mine looks too small, but that's up to you. This will be the color part of your son's eyes, and this will be the white part. All right, now once again, you don't have to have that kind of shaped eye. Oh, my phone's ringing. Let's ignore that. You can have a totally different eye. Just watch out that it's big enough. Now here's a really cool eye. I think it's a big upside down U and a curvy line across, and my son is looking right to the side this way. So this will be the pupil. I'm sorry, I almost forgot. I'm going to put another curve in here for the black part, the pupil. That's the dark spot in our eye. And then there will be the color part next, and then the white part. So we've got that. Good. Now, I'm just going to go back to this to show you that I used some lips. Now, I want you to divide your paper in half with a ruler line, and it does not have to match that point that you made. Take your ruler and find halfway across your paper, and then just draw a line right up through the sun too, and right behind it there. So you've got one side here and one side here for the background, and this is half of the face and the other half of the face. All right, everybody with me? Good. Now what we're going to do is add the sun's rays. Now I thought it would be more interesting to have different styles of sun's rays. One style on this side and a totally different one on that side. So I want you to look at your circle and figure out where you think the middle of the circle is and make just a tiny little dot. Can you see where I made mine? Okay. The first set of the sun's rays on the right side are going to come from this point and shoot out to the end of the paper. Come from this point and shoot out to the end of the paper. From this point and shoot out. The only thing is we don't want any lines coming across our sun. So you take your ruler and you put it on your paper right at that point. Put your pencil right on that dot. Can you see that? And I hold my ruler right up against that dot. And I figure out where do I want my sun's first ray to be. Maybe over here. And I'm holding it against that dot. Skip over the sun and draw the sun's ray. Go back to that little point there. Hold my ruler against it and swing it around to where I want the next sun's rays. Skip over the sun and continue the ray out. Go back to the dot, swing my ruler around to the ray I want, where I want it to be, skip over the sun, and draw my sun's rays. Now, if you want to turn your paper around, if it's easier, that's fine, but go back to the dot with your pencil. Hold your ruler. Can you hear me banging? Listen. That's because it's resting against the pencil. Swing it around, skip over the face of the sun, and draw your sun's rays. I think I'm going to move it around again. Back to the dot, hold my ruler against my pencil, swing it around, skip over, and draw it. I think I want one more because this is a really big space. So I'll put my pencil back, put my ruler right up against it, swing it around. I think maybe I'll try and use my right hand for this. This is not easy. I'm a lefty. Put it up there, hold my ruler right against it, and I want my sun's ray to be right about here. Swing it around, skip over the sun, I don't know how you righties do it. It's really hard, but okay. I think I have enough sun's rays coming around. Now, I know I made that dark, but I want to erase that little point now. We don't need that. That's the right side for the rays. The left side are going to be very different. You're going to start to create lines that go across, 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 and across. They don't have to be straight lines. They can be curvy. They can be zigzag, but not too zigzag because it's hard to work with. Stop when you get right to the middle. They can be zigzag the other way. They can be curly. Stop at the sun. Make sure they go straight across. And maybe some lines like that. Remember, they only go to the middle here, and they go straight across. These don't slant up or down or out. So you've got that. Here's another little different style I made. Here's a kind of wavy mouth. All right. Now you have to decide if you're going to use crayons or markers, because you're going to put the color in, and I'll show you the difference. I think they both look very nice. Here's the side done with cool colors of markers, and here's the side done with warm colors of crayons. But you have to pick one or the other, markers or crayons. And you see they both look really nice. All right, so next time for part 2, we're going to start with the color. So I will see you for part 2 of our warm, cool color sun.